Good morning, everybody. It's John back here on another job. So this job, actually, I was here, I guess, in 2017. That's what the customer says, but I don't remember it at all. I think Willie was working for me at the time. I don't think there was a house here. There's a couple things that kind of like maybe remind me that we did the job here, but I can't remember. It's been a while ago, but so apparently we went through and mulched this whole hillside. There's a big river down here and stuff, and yeah, I just don't remember it. But as you can see, another just absolute disaster from Helene. So he had a guy who said he'd come in and take the logs out and mulch everything down and stuff. And I don't know what happened. I mean, just like everybody else, this storm has kind of got a lot of people busy and whatnot, and so I don't know if I don't know the situation. The guy is supposed to come back and get a bunch of logs, but he just wants to keep the process moving. So I don't know what the deal is with the other guy, but so we're gonna go through here, try to roll out some of these, the real big stumps like that. He's just gonna have someone come through with a stump grinder. Like, that's too big for the Yanmar to handle. It would take a lot of work and a lot of energy. And then some of these smaller ones, we're just gonna pop those out, shake them out of the way, like these little guys right here. And then, I mean, the guy actually did a lot of work already as far as getting stuff cleaned up. But so we're gonna go through here. He's got a bunch of little piles stacked up all around. So we're gonna run through with the Yanmar, start pulling stuff out and stacking stuff to the side, and hopefully get something done today, because it is super steep. There's a river down there, and it is super steep getting down to that river. So we're kind of thinking we'll work this top section first, and then tomorrow we'll see where we're at down there. So got the Yanmar SV100 with the Rotobeck saw on it. Absolutely awesome. A couple of people have been wondering why in the world we wanted a 135 again, because our 100 has been in the shop and supposedly getting it back next week. So how we doing, Tom?
Good.
Here we got the grapple, bucket, stuff like that, just getting all the tools unloaded here. So, and we washed it yesterday. Looks a lot better for now. All right, so we're gonna, he's not too concerned with this over here. There's kind of a path that goes down. He said mainly just focus on this going that direction. So that's what we're gonna do, and we'll see. All right, guys, so just got started here. It's kind of what we're doing, is just picking apart these tops and stuff and getting it to where, like, this thing here is too big to mulch. We would waste too much time trying to mulch that. I mean, that's a big, hard white oak log that would take a long time to forestry mulch with a skid steer mounted. Yeah, you could have a big old, you know, 300 horsepower go through that or something, but we don't have that. So this is how we do it. This is how we're doing this job, I guess. But so I'm just kind of picking through and getting the stuff that's going to slow down the mulcher, getting it out of the way at the moment. Sorry about the sun. And then we'll kind of come back through, maybe pull some stumps, or I don't know. We're just kind of winging it, honestly. Like, just, it always seems like it takes a while to get going on a job, and Tom's running the stuff up there out of the way. That's the biggest thing, getting the material where you don't have to move it 2 or 3 times. Now the customer is going to do the hauling and stuff. He's going to take care of that. So it's like, that's a pretty good sized tree. Take a long time to mulch. So we're just trying to get the best bang for the customer's buck, basically. don't know if you guys can notice, but the retract is still not working properly on the saw. It's not going as fast as it's supposed to. It's supposed to take it back in to get it worked on again. I don't know why it's doing that. Super annoying. All right guys, so that's kind of right where we started right there. Been working our way down. We're right here on the edge of this super steep hill. There's a river down here, and then there's a big drop. So we're going right across the top of this. Trying to be real careful, nothing slides down. I actually pulled all this stuff up off that bank over there. And Tom's over here in the mulcher. And I'm gonna cut out some of this bigger wood and stack it up to where we can grind it. And I also need to put that stump back up. But he's doing a great job running the grinder. We've been trying to do about half the day, you know. He goes for half the day, then I go for half the day. But so my plan here is, this is just too big to move with our equipment and stuff. So the plan is to dig this down, let this flip back upright, and then we'll cut it off, and then he can get a guy in here to stump grind. We did one, there's a couple throughout here, but it's just too much work for me to try to get it, even with that little stump grinder we got. But I'll set you guys up over here. Got it. We'll be back tomorrow. We're wrapping that up.